Let's go to the next four. Didn't we do Chick Magnet last week?
No.
Okay.
We did it the week before.
When we did all of them?
We did all of them. But we could start from the bottom and be green, the calling, moving on up on the tree.
Yeah, let's just go to the next four. That's a value set right there. 10 songs in 45 minutes.
Value?
Yeah. So
Instant value?
I'm pretty sure that nobody's listening. I think on the 9th, we just started
No one will be listening.
at 8 o'clock and play and just and not look at anybody, just keep playing.
Oh, we could do that.
We should have pay people to show up and then have them yell encore, 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 and just get really rowdy until they make us play some more.
Okay.
I don't have that much money.
I was thinking about renting a shuttle bus.
We going? Yeah, I think you're gonna be one guy on the bus and you paid $400.
Hey, instead of the Soul Shaker theme song there, could we do the Cheech and Chong ba-da-dam, ba-da-dam, bam, bam, bam?
That's not funny anymore.
What?
Unless you're a stoner. Are you a stoner?
Excuse me?
Excuse me.
I'm a Eugene Stoner, the guy that made the Armalite 15.
I used to know Eugene. Won't say the last name, but he was the asteroids champion at 7-Eleven. The one
no
on
kidding, yeah.
Taft and Orange Olive there.
Yeah. Wow.
He played the thing for like 8 days something. They had him in the Guinness Book of World Records or something. I don't know if he's still there, but
I didn't even know they had one there. The Space Invaders at 7-Eleven.
yeah, it's like asteroids or space. One of those silly games.
You could hang out at 7-Eleven.
On 1 quarter, the guy did it. It was like some special deal.
Were they giving them free Slurpees and stuff like that to keep?
Is that what they call it, a Slurpee?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a zimi.
He got nourishment from like beef jerky and Slurpees.
Zimi's what we used to get in the gym in high school.
Yeah.
What were zimis? Yeah, what?
Crushed ice.
Like Gatorade with a crushed ice thing.
Oh, now what's an icy? Is it chemical?
Icy?
Icy similar to a Slurpee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, and it's got the little bear, and you collect so many little bear diamonds, and then you turn them in for a free Slurpee.
Okay, all right. It's been a minute. I mean,
Dig that.
Remember that when I was a kid, you could go in with like a trash can and fill it up with icy days. All right, you're on your phone. I get that. We're live. How you doing, everybody?
Doing great. I was just
Bueno.
I gotta listen in on this thing because I'm notifying a couple people, and I also gotta keep a watch to make sure that the guy that's doing my backyard is going to show up tomorrow.
Whatever that means.
Your landscaper?
Yeah.
What do you
hardscape?
What do you pay him a month?
No, this is hardscape.
Oh, this is hardscape.
Yeah.
This is one time.
What's the
patio.
difference between a hardscape and a hot softscape?
What?
Go ahead.
Between hard and softscape.
Monty got it. Doug just went past it. What you got?
Rockin' a hard place.
Hey, you're playing a V, dude. What signature's on that?
Or a Y. That's Mr. Shanker's.
All right. Rocking a
signature.
hard place,
It
right?
says Air Shanker.
People tell me they wanna believe what they believe in. Don't try to tell them the truth. They sing it's only their soul of the selling. I wanna tell them there's a fire for every Jew. If you want to, then they got you. Give you nothing but the smile on your face. You don't want it, don't really need it. You got in between, rocking a hard place.
sound of that V, man.
It's a little brighter than I'm
Is that too
used
hot?
to.
I feel like the bass is that loud?
It's loud, but what are you gonna do?
I don't know. Did you
Oh, hang on.
You guys are loud. That's fine.
did you
That's
have an
fine.
accident on that thing over there and the knobs turned?
Something like that.
Why? It just feels sometimes when it's not hitting your back at a certain like velocity.
It just feels like it's pushing more air than it normally does.
No, it feels hot or not hot. Hot
No, yeah, it's hot. It feels hot.
feels good
So I turn down a little bit. It's
for
okay.
me.
Chica Maganetta.
Chick Magnet Blues. Walking to the park on a sunny day, trying to get things to look my way. Babies and strollers rolling along, everybody's trying to sing that song. Sitting in the park watching women walk by, trying to get out to catch my eye. Puppies on the leash, what do you think? All that cold water and I can't get a drink. Chick Magnet Blues. Chick Magnet Blues. It's all subliminal, baby. Walking to the park with my guitar, everybody wonders who I am. Play a couple licks, baby, hey Joe. When I turn around, I got babies for a dance.
You want to keep going, or what's we doing? Do one more and then hack away, or you feel like hacking?
Either
Feel
way.
like hacking?
Anyway. Are you ready for the next one?
Love on that treat.
Let me take a drink first. I feel like the older we get, I'll be another year older this year. You too?
I'm looking.
Do we all get a year older, or do we don't anymore?
Well,
You feel like you look in the mirror and you look older, or you still look young?
day by day. I'm older day by day.
You guys look young too.
Yeah, so I was just going to say that a little more winded than the average.
Yeah. I noticed that Monty used to get over to El Pollo and back in like record time. And
No,
Do you need a cane?
dude, that was a mutation behind the counter.
well, did you walk,
That's
run, or
good.
drive?
I walked,
Okay.
but I could have done 4 trips back and forth by the time they got me my drink.
She'd have been doing wind sprints over there.
You look swell.
How do I look? You look swell.
Looking good, Billy Ray. Feeling good, Lewis.
Whoa.
Yes.
And then it went really bad.
Well, I drive around every way without a reason. Spring in the air, I go at night to see what I can see, whatever that is. Well, it don't matter much to me. If that's the place where my love can be found, to save my car, keep on driving around through the night to the moment I find a certain girl who drive me out of my mind. Look for love on the highway. Oh, chance to meet a girl who'll be with me on Friday. Find a love to street. There she goes, heading the other way, spin around, was thinking something to say.
That was
Trouble with the volume.
Hendrix X.
Do you guys like, when bands do alternate endings, or do the endings have to be all like perfect and ready to rock and roll?
I've heard a lot of record-selling bands not know how to end together.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's embarrassing.
It's a bear skin.
It's embarrassing, like Papa used to say.
Bear skin. Yeah. You hear a lot of that. I mean, does that bug you when because either the guitarist or the drummer or somebody wants to keep rock and rolling, and the rest of the band's going, okay, we didn't rehearse this, and we're not, we can't improvise.
Hey, Yngwie.
A la our friend. Never mind. I'm not going to say names.
Well, it's always funny that you got these talented individuals, and usually
Barefoot.
was it G.E. Smith from Saturday Night Live? G.C. Smith, G.E. Smith.
G. Smith.
He's like leading the band because he's up there as a hired gun with all these other hired rhythm guys.
Sure.
And he's trying to, get the rhythm guys all ending at the same time. And up front, you got some guy, with the microphone going, I'm in charge, and end it. Instead of just turning around, letting the band director end it.
Yeah.
Everybody's got to, so everybody's like all excited, and they're off like bad cheese.
Bad cheese off.
Stinky feet cheese.
But my mom used to cut off the bad part and then say it's good.
It's still good.
Still good.
It's all good.
It's all good.
I got some.
The rest of it didn't get poisoned.
Not that you're coming over for Italian food anytime soon.
Never.
But I've got Romano cheese, fresh cheese that I bought at Cortina's like 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
And it's been in the
CC
fridge, and I
Bachman.
got the little grinder, and it works great.
Smells the same as his red high tops from Vans. The exact same
Well,
smell.
except the Vans aren't edible.
I know.
What?
And that's
the cheese as the Reds are.
Getting back to the music thing that you guys were talking about, it got me thinking about something else. When some band live and a song that you like, and they play completely different, they improvise, and it kind of takes away from the way they did it originally.
Yeah.
The example I'll give is David Live.
Yeah.
Panic in Detroit. Man, na, 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 na. I don't want to hear that.
Well,
I want to hear guitar.
That's fine.
Sure.
But in that live sound, that live event, I'm getting more guitar. Because he didn't have lead guitar through all those songs.
But I don't need the splashes of horn for that song because it was originally guitar, bass, and drums.
Well, it might have been Bowie playing.
Was he playing? No, he wasn't playing saxophone. That was Sanborn, right?
Yeah, but he still played. So they might have had him. Maybe he's playing a tenor and.
Was that Saturday Night Live Sanborn?
Yeah. No. Well.
With Paul Schaefer, Sanborn? Didn't he play with Sanborn?
He did. He was on there for a while.
For a minute. Yeah.
Yeah. Just you guys know. You hear a song that you like, and the band plays it different, and maybe they keep out a part that maybe you liked in the song, and you go.
Well, you know
what?
what?
You guys do that.
That'd be every Deep Purple song with Richie Blackmore live.
True.
Because he's
That's
always
a great
talking about
point.
always talking about never wanting to play just buy the record then.
I'm not going to give them.
That's a great point.
I'm not going to play the cool hook because I know you guys want to hear it.
Yeah. And you're lucky and Smoke on the Water to get the
Yeah.
See, man, Glover should have hit that guy with the headstock of his bass right in the skull. Just go play it right.
And then you got Burn. It's a beautiful song with Glenn Hughes singing that second part. And then every time it's live, he's screaming it instead of holding the note out. So there's sometimes it gets ruined live, but other times you get extended guitar solos. So what's wrong with that?
Oh my God. What band?
I think we could have looked it up.
Of what band I saw. Heather and I went and saw at the Greek Theater. I think it was either Counting Crows or one of those bands. One of that style of band at that time.
Sure. 90s
the Black
gig.
Counting Crows?
Counting Crows. What was the other band that was kind of like that?
Matchbox 20.
All that style.
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Anyways, we went there. I forget it. I think it was them, Counting Crows, and they played everything differently. Like none of the songs sounded like the record at all, like not even close. And drove I couldn't believe. I was like, okay, wait a minute. This is their hit song. They started with it
Yeah.
instead of ending with it. So now I've got to go through 45 minutes of music I don't really know that they were playing. And there was a guy that was a Counting Crows fan said, you know what? I've never heard this song before.
Yeah. Well,
You know, they're playing. They're just out there, just whatever. And you can either agree with it or disagree with it.
It's
There was
like-
some people getting into it, but for me, I'm paying my $50 to go see them play like they did on the album.
My
I'm
22.
guessing.
Well, and
even
then-
though I'm a musician
and
and,
then-
I like going off the cuff.
do you want them to play the hits from the Eagles hits from 71 to 75, or do you want to hear these are off of our new record in 2016?
I don't want to hear the new record.
Right, you want to hear
I
all
don't
the
want to
hits.
hear that.
And I want to hear all the hits with extended
see,
solos.
We just hit on
Don't want to
something.
hear that.
The stuff we've been complaining about forever. People don't want to hear the new stuff. They want to hear the old stuff.
Well, there's something wrong with people.
Tribute and cover bands and top 40 bands. People want to hear the old stuff. They don't
Boy,
want to hear
that thing
new
keeps
stuff.
bubbling to the surface, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah. It's true.
So when
though.
does the new stuff become audible and becomes old stuff and they accept it?
Well, but do you we've been to big band concerts before, and they play their new stuff, and the crowd just goes,
Well,
"Oh."
here's what's going to happen: is there's not new people coming out and playing live stuff. Kids
New
growing
people.
up and playing stuff live. So you're going to have in 15 years, you're going to have a tribute band of a dude with his iPod playing all of the songs from that one
Yeah, I
over a
mean,
mic.
isn't it all real tribute bands though? When you get right down to it, I mean, what
It
are these
is-
bands going to do right now?
Once everybody dies,
Yeah, right now, Alice Cooper, I just heard, is going on tour with Ace Frehley. So all these bands are starting to connect because they can't go on their own. No one can go on
who is
their own.
who is
kiddos.
Cooper's guitarist? Buxton? Was that Glenn Buxton?
Boy,
Good question. The guy with the long blonde hair. at
well,
one
he's
time.
had some different dudes.
Well, now
the,
he's had a lot of different
the
people,
original
but-
guy,
Yeah,
and all those dudes knew each other. They all knew each other from school.
yeah. Well,
I'm not a big
it's-
Cooper fan. Are
it's
you?
just that like ZZ Top's probably the only band that's got the same three guys for as long as they have.
True.
The Stones have had different players.
I want to beat ZZ Top out. Can we do that?
You can.
Well,
Just
I
saying.
don't think so. I don't think we're going to make it.
You don't think
We had a void in there for a while.
Right now, they're just signing people who go viral. That's what it is. You could be a street musician, you go viral, and then you get a deal with A&M or whatever. Drives me nuts.
Yeah.
It's like these guys. Oh, he's great. Then they get him on a record. And
Well-
he doesn't sell one record, and they're like, okay, well, why are we doing? What are we doing?
What draws the attention? They just went over 1 million. So do you get paid for all of that up to 1 million?
Hey, we've had friends. We've had friends
Yep.
that even ask us, how many people watch your podcast? Well, I say, I don't know,
About
30
1 million.
to 30 to 50 at one time, and
Yeah.
then down the road 100.
Yeah.
I said, it's not that, but get 100 people in a room.
Can't.
Get 100 people in a room. It's a lot of people. 30 people.
Unless you're selling Amway.
Not my friends. They don't all get along together.
But it's all about those numbers, you know what I mean? And the people on YouTube and Facebook and all them are buying those. We can buy them. You want me to buy them? I think it's like $30 for 1,000 views. I can get us faking it all the way.
well,
No.
then
All the
we
way
might as well be a tribute band and
That's right.
pick something out.
That's
there.
right. That's right.
So I
That's right. That's right.
I threw that line out. You remember at my reunion?
I remember the reunion.
I got up and was like
remember
introducing
the
us and
reunion.
talking to people about kind of what's going on for the evening. But before I did anything, I said, I want to say a few words to you about Amway. And,
Did you say that?
Oh, yeah.
Did you get a chuckle?
I got a couple chuckles and a lot of crickets.
Dougie, I would have been cracking up.
Isn't that
dude.
a great thing?
That's
though?
great.
That's a great
It
line.
was like
man.
Mary Kay, all that stuff.
I
you know?
did. Whenever we,
Tupperware.
like, we get somebody together for my mom's 85th birthday or whatever, and that's the first thing I say is like,
Thank you all for being here.
yeah.
I'd like to talk to you a little about something called.
We've got some parting gifts, mostly soap.
Exactly what was Amway? Was it like a catalog?
It was a
well, no,
Ponzi scheme.
Overpriced crap?
It was a pyramid marketing thing.
Is it still around?
Yeah.
Those
And it's
those
well
schemes just get regurgitated in a different form.
Yeah, but see, back then, a couple times that I got involved with it, it was soap products. You had to, my folks got in on it, and they had to keep the stuff in their house in order to supply people that they're like a manager or whatever.
Right.
they got to have stuff on hand to give people product to go sell. Now it's just you order stuff online and it's just
Right.
tracking the sales and all.
Yeah. So
Some good friends of ours. In fact, I was going to ask you if you knew Kimberly or Jennifer Horton. They lived across the street from
Kim Horton.
from Taft School.
Yeah, I do
So-
know that name.
Okay, my folks, my mom grew up next door to her dad. They went to high school together, and then they moved out here and opened a little shop on Tustin Avenue. It was called Brant's Wine Rack. It was kind of across,
Yeah, I remember that.
right across from
yeah.
L&G.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I remember that.
And well, they made a lot of money in Amway, a ton of money in Amway,
No kidding.
and that's what allowed them to open up that shop.
Right,
And
yeah.
Dennis and I both worked there at different times, packaging the chemicals or whatever for home brewing, and had a ball doing that. But anyway, that's the Amway. They got in like when my folks got in, and my folks kind of went, nah. But they kept at it.
yeah,
and-
you got to
and
be
made some
really
money.
driven and motivated to sell that stuff.
Yeah.
If you're not into
Well,
it,
the whole thing is you got to be a consumer, and at the time I had just gotten married, no kids. How much are we going to consume? You know, the renewable stuff, your toiletries, your soaps, all of that stuff that you go through all the time. It's a residual purchase and a residual income for them. So that's they're kind of going buy everything here instead of going to the store.
Sure.
And that would generate, a lot of stuff, especially if you got a lot of people doing it with you.
would
then you're
they
okay.
deliver it to your door? Or did you have to go get it?
No, I think later on it was the later stuff was delivered.
Yeah, those companies were built on no internet at the time. Now you
Right.
can go to Alibaba, you can buy all that stuff
That's
and
China.
sell it on
Stay
your
away
own.
from
Oh, they
Alibaba. That's
bring it
China.
right to your doorstep, man.
Bring it to your doorstep. Amazon, you could buy boxes and boxes and sell it your own.
You
now.
can buy 4-ply toilet
See,
paper.
Alibaba is a Chinese-based company, but then Amazon isn't, but it sells all the Chinese-based stuff.
I'm into Chinese,
Which is really
thing.
cool.
I love Chinese
Wow.
food. You like Chinese food?
Food's good, but
MSG, they're trying to
Yeah.
kill us.
Michael Schenker.
but
Group?
see, when you're eating Chinese food, the money
when you're eating Chinese
the
food
money doesn't go back to the mainland; it stays here.
and you're listening
food
to
Just
Michael Shaker Group.
skip the bat. What?
yeah.
Uh,
Stay away
the-
from that barbecue bat.
The bat's a little gamey this week.
Good Lord. Anti-maskers. Wuhan. Getting back to the music though, have you ever been like an Alice Cooper fan at all? I mean,
I like some of his stuff, yeah.
I mean, his '70s stuff was,
it was
like
Kind of like Led Zeppelin for me. The first 3 albums were really good.
yeah.
You got
Some
Killers, you got Schools
riff-driven,
Out, you got
yeah.
$1 Billion Babies.
Well, the $1 Billion Baby
Under-
album was the one I
under
bought.
your will or under my will.
Oh yeah,
The telephone is.
that's a blues song.
That's a great tune, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I used to like the song "Only Women Bleed," which was I didn't even know what that meant. Back
That
in
charted.
The day.
I think he did that got on the chart.
It did. It was always on the radio, and I loved that song. But I never knew it was Alice Cooper until I got older. I was like, "Wow!"
and it was
that's
about
crazy.
abuse towards women.
It wasn't about what you thought it was about. Yeah,
it was
right,
about
right,
abuse
right.
towards women.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
his daughter did his stage show for years.
yeah,
His daughter danced and did all those crazy antics that they did on stage.
yeah.
The vaudeville type stuff.
James Randi did too. You remember James Randi was like he was a charlatan killer, basically the guy that would call people out. He offered like $3 million to anybody that could show him some trickery and make sure it was truthful, but they never could. But this guy was always on the show. But he always would talk about this older dude. He died just a couple of years ago. He talked about he was the one that came up with the chopping head Alice Cooper thing and all that stuff on stage. It's just bizarre to hear.
Yeah.
There was guys. How many people were involved in that? Back in the same with Kiss, I guess. That were into that stage show part of it.
theatrics. Yeah.
But was Kiss before Alice Cooper, or was Alice Cooper before Kiss?
No,
That's what I'm
Cooper
trying-
he's the godfather of shock rock. They call him
Is that right?
the godfather of shock. Yeah.
Well,
he was out in the late 60s.
Yeah, 70, 71 for sure. I was buying albums.
Man, no kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was pre-Kiss.
And he was doing shockers back then. He was doing the head cutting and all that.
I don't know. He had the makeup going on already.
He said, Punk, I saw an interview with him, and he said it was all
Crazy.
tongue-in-cheek. He was friends. He had a lot of different age friends. He was friends with Groucho Marx, and who was the blonde gal that said, "Come up and see me sometime."
Mae.
Yeah, Mae West. And when they were still alive, they were buddies with him. They came to one of his shows, and he said after the show, Groucho Marx was like, "You're doing vaudeville, all the
Right.
head
Yeah,
cut
yeah,
and all
yeah.
the weird stuff." He goes, "We were doing that back in the 20s and 30s for vaudeville, that kind of fake stuff." So he goes, "That's all you're doing is just vaudeville acts."
Cooper never drank, or did he drink? I mean, because I
Yeah.
know he's totally not a drinker now.
He had a problem. He's a Christian guy. He's
Yeah.
a Christian man, but he had a problem with booze, and then he got straight.
Wow.
He straightened up, and he doesn't drink. He definitely. He's
There was a another band besides Zappa's stuff that didn't put up with any inebriation while you're in the band, while you're working. I can't remember who it was, but I was thinking it was Alice Cooper, but not earlier.
yeah, but no, I had heard
Unless
that
it was
about
performed sober and then he just partied afterwards.
But Frank Zappa he did not dig people,
Yeah.
doing it, because the stuff they played. You can't be drunk playing that stuff. The stuff that
What stuff?
Exactly.
Zappa.
Oh my
man.
God.
Frank Zappa
It's
stuff.
orchestra, man. It's rock orchestra.
Yeah, it's essentially.
That was what was the drummer's name? Bozio,
Dale
Dale Bozio,
Bozio.
and his sister was the one in Missing Persons, or they played together in Missing
Oh,
Persons.
his wife,
Yeah.
Was that his wife?
Terry and Dale. Dale was
Yeah.
the wife, and Terry was the
Yeah,
husband.
yeah.
He was the drummer for
Hand me that.
Zappage,
The rock and roll duct tape.
and also Steve
Thank
Vai.
you.
Steve Vai did a little time
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Zappa.
No kidding. Well, big surprise. Yeah. I can't believe he was in the David Lee Roth band. I still can't believe
Wow.
Tights. Here's your pair of tights.
that. Man, but it's just like the difference, But I could see where David Lee Roth was trying to get another Eddie Van Halen, But
Well, he had a super group. He had Sheehan. He had Vai. Who was the drummer?
Bissonette, great Bissonette.
A really good drummer.
Good drummer, yeah. He could read music. They all had to read music. That was the thing when they were auditioning
For Roth?
For Roth, they all
Really?
had, because of Vi. Vi was in
Oh,
charge of the music.
okay.
So he made sure that if you came in, you had to read music. So that was the only reason why he got those musicians in the band, because everybody else that came to audition couldn't read music, And he just go, you guys are out. So the guys that could really read music real good and write music were in, and those were the guys,
Speaking of Roth,
What a waste of talent for David Lee Roth's band.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I do agree with that. Even though it was a decent music he had going at the time, I still think he could have had it better
well, they did Yankee Rose and Tobacco Road.
on the first one. Yeah, California Girls, all that stuff.
Was the first, and it was radio
Why-
friendly hits is all they were writing.
Why did Vi need the guys to be able to read music for that?
I don't know.
I mean, if you
know.
can't sit down and just play that, there's something wrong with you.
Well, I guess he was writing all the music, but I guess it was only just by
The arrangements is
writing
all
and
his.
reading. But
Yeah.
I keep going back to the US Festival when Roth came out. The first song, he sang like 3 words.
Well, they didn't have iPads back then to hang
He
on
could
the
look,
mic
but,
stand for him
but
to look
still,
at the words.
It's like if I'm in the crowd
hey,
and I got
what's wrong with that?
Easy there.
Just saying.
if I'm in the crowd and I got a wax cup filled with soda with a clip on it, it's going towards the stage. I'm hitting the guy, trying to hit him in the head, because it's like, dude, it's like Eddie Trunk said on that metal show. He goes, you go to a Van Halen concert and Roth comes out with a sword and for 10 minutes is doing like samurai moves. He goes, drop the sword and sing the song, dude. Shut up.
The best one ever was when they were doing the
Oh my
was it a
gosh.
Kimmel show or something? They were live outdoors and he hacks his nose open with it. That's just he deserved
Yeah, I think that was their when they were coming out with that new album, whatever that. I don't know.
Tattoo.
Tattoo. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, Tattoo album. I don't know if it's called Tattoo, but yeah, that was.
They should have had one called Greatest Misses with Roth.
Yeah, I really feel like, I feel bad. I feel bad for Eddie Van Halen gone. Such a talent
Yeah.
gone. I feel so bad. He just never had a chance to grasp after everybody was fired from that
Well-
band. It just was gone.
Well, here's the sad thing: is he struggled with some substance abuse for a while,
I agree with that.
and that was right in the middle of it. When it's like that's when they really needed you to pull all that crap together,
Yeah.
and be the leader and you got more personal problems and band problems, and the band suffered. It's sad.
That's just where I feel so bad for him, because he was trying so hard, and I think it just had been gone too long. You know, it just couldn't come back, and then he passes, and then now who knows what's going to go on. But
I think Frankie Benali was looking to work his way into
oh my gosh,
getting the rest of the guys together for Dubrow.
Same theory on that, by the way. Did you guys got it? You saw the documentary?
I saw it. Yeah,
Have you seen that documentary?
I've watched it a couple of times.
I watched that, and then I laughed so hard I had to go right into Anvil, the story of Anvil.
It's like a train wreck watching both of those.
Why is
Because it's so true. It's so.
But there's moments in it where you're not laughing and you're going, I understand.
Yeah, you have to look away. Yeah.
Or you just go, I understand what this guy's feeling.
I think we
rock
want to
and
do
roll.
a video called Soul Shaker, the story of Soul Shaker.
Yeah, it would only be about 5 minutes long.
Yeah,
but it would still be.
When they were somewhere in Europe and they come in late for the gig, and he goes, "You're paying us," because they played, and the guy wanted to give him like borscht.
Didn't he grab the guy?
was there.
He's like, well, we got to eat.
We got to eat. But the guy goes, "You were late." He goes, "You were late. You're not getting paid." He goes, "Yeah, you're paying me." He's grabbing the guy's shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I say we go on tour. Can we start a GoFundMe?
I thought we tried that last week. Did anybody take us up on it?
No, nobody. There's nobody here.
Oh, okay.
We're on our own.
Well, in case
It's only
somebody
us.
sees it.
If nobody comes to our Facebook, which are very rare, then no one's going to see it.
So I'm watching the Omega Man earlier today, and
The original?
yes, and I'm thinking there's going to be some point where that happens to this world, and there's nothing left but some digital player playing, and it's just our podcast on it, nothing else.
As long as there's a dude on a Harley with a vest that has finger movements on the back, and that's all we care.
and then we'll still be at that point. Our little podcasting will still be asking for money.
That's all right. We keep asking until they finally give in. Who knows when that'll be? You know, one guy might go, "Hey, I have some extra $1,000."
Stop.
Oh.
So my friend Barry, he and I talked. He came over the other night, and he was telling me that when COVID hit and everybody locked down for that 2 weeks we were going to give him,
Yes, sir.
and then he said he's driving down the double nickel, and he's like his car, and then there's another guy way up ahead of him, and nobody else on the freeway with him. He's headed to Costa Mesa, and I said that happened to me too. I'm driving along, and there's one other car next to me. I look over, it's Charlton Heston. Just kidding, because of the Omega Man thing.
That's
That would have been cool.
I was about to go. Did
Chuck
you?
I
Heston.
think he was dead already though, before COVID.
Yeah, but that ending spot on the Planet of the Apes is my favorite. What does he say exactly at the ending of Planet of the Apes when he's walking on
with
the
the
beach?
Statue of Liberty.
Yeah. What's he say exactly?
You did it.
No, do it in his voice.
You finally did it.
You call him bastards?
You blew it up.
I prefer Soylent Green when he's going out on the stretcher with his hand up going, Soylent Green is people. And when I was rolled out on the gurney and they're doing Freebird that time, I should have said, Soylent Green is people instead, because I was on a gurney.
Wasn't it a
Perfect.
menu? Soylent Green, wasn't it a menu?
Well,
People menu?
It was supposed to be made out of plankton, but the oceans had already died, so they were making it out of people that had died.
Out of folks.
Out of folks, that's what I remember.
Out of folks.
And the last one was Edward G. Robinson's last film. And he died in it.
And then there was a sequel to that movie called Soiled Green about a guy with lower GI issues.
In the army, because he had the fatigues on.
Every time he walked off a curb, he would,
Soiled
He had
greens.
trouble every time he hit a curb.
Hit a curb.
Or sneeze.
Yeah. Sneezing or whatever. Yeah. Okay.
We'll be moving on.
No time for resting.
The only trouble I have with this guitar is turning it off.
I like the V sound. You don't play the V in
I'm going to have to hear it back. It just sounds a little bright to me.
Why don't you have an EQ, like a little baby EQ that you could set up? You know, don't they sell a little pedal?
baby.
Well, this guitar's,
The Boss EQ.
it's just got no tone control at all like other guitars, all my other ones do. It's just volume only. So if I can set an EQ up for, I don't know, it'd have to be just for this.
Well, that's what I mean. I mean, just, you know, in your line
A little pedal?
Yeah. Just,
All right.
I think Boss sells, I remember the little tiny blue things you used to, I don't know why I was thinking of little blue things.
All right, Mike.
Hey, all right, mate. Yeah, that was, yeah. Okay. The calling's next. I love the calling. You've got phone calls coming in. I get maybe a message or two a day, maybe.
No,
if
no,
I'm
no.
lucky.
And one of them's me.
One of them's Monty moondogging me.
Moondogging.
Moondogging chair.
Still nothing from the landscape.
So when you say, just real quick, I just
Yeah.
need to know because it's bugging me. Hardscape and softscape. What was?
Landscape, hardscape, landscape. Landscape is plants and flowers
I get
and
that.
dirt. Hardscape is patios, retaining walls.
And a landscaper knows how to hardscape.
No. I'm just calling him that in case he shows up for
Some landscapers are not hardscapers.
That's true.
That's what I mean.
There's a
I
lot of
was wondering
landscapers.
if,
They just mow an edge, man. They don't even pull weeds.
yeah,
I'm
they
really,
blow.
I'm really digging Stevie Ray's mustache behind Monty there. That's just classic.
That's beauty.
Is it on? Wait a minute. Is it on?
Awesome, dude.
I know. I love that.
That's beautiful.
I just want to see if it showed up on the.
It showed, yeah, it showed.
there
If
we
you
go.
see,
Okay.
you see it right there.
Just
yeah.
for a second. Give him some more.
Yeah.
Some more Stevie Ray
Some
mustache love.
Stevie Moore. You can't zoom in on it, or you'd screw up the whole camera shot. But hey, you got it. Yeah. I say that eventually our mustaches should go to that, because I like your Wilford Brimley style that
Well,
you're
it's
going
not
for.
Wilford.
It
This
is.
is-
It is. You've got diabetes.
Oh
and
man,
it's-
it's
I think it's
Wyatt Earp.
a
man.
prerequisite. You gotta.
you gotta have. I like it. Yeah, I can't get mine
It's the
quite like
wider.
that, but I'd like to get mine real skinny.
Doug, are you gonna go Raleigh fingers?
No. Just the Wyatt Earp. Just the
Do you
down and
wax
out.
it yet?
I just waxed today. Just the ends of it.
Dude,
Oh, you do.
If you want 73A's bullpen, I would dig it.
Well, you know why it's 73A's bullpen? Because that's when those guys went rogue.
Yeah.
Because everybody was no facial hair. All
Wait a
Major
minute.
League Baseball was
Charlie
no,
O'Finley
no
said
facial
you
hair.
guys-
Wasn't Raleigh Fingers? Who was pitching against that had a great mustache too? Against,
Catfish Hunter.
No, against Gibson.
Yeah.
When Gibson hit the home run.
Dennis.
Oh, Dennis Eckersley.
Eckersley had a great.
Oh yeah,
mustache.
Eckersley. Yeah, he was kind of the hippie child.
So let's
Yeah,
turn it into
but
the
I'm
Eckersley
pretty sure he had a
black.
rug on his chest as well, the way that mustache was.
and a rug. He had a bear rug on his chest,
Yeah,
man.
that guy was shaving 8 days a
That
week.
was a backdoor slider he threw.
And it
Gibson.
didn't work, by the way.
Gibson hit the one legger, barely
He knew it was
crawled
coming.
out.
He says
did it?
he
He
says
knew.
he knew it was coming.
Well, somebody told him in the dugout, you know what he's going to throw you,
Well,
right?
he said on this pitch condition position, if he gets behind you on such and such, that pitch is coming.
and it was one of these, dude. It wasn't. It wasn't. He
He just kind of went down
It's-
and got it, and got underneath it, and
It's hitting 101, make contact. You know, you don't have to swing hard. You hit it right and it'll go.
use the velocity of the pitch.
The best part about that film of that is seeing the ball go out, and then you see brake lights. Like the people were leaving because the game was freaking over,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden, the home run of the century. To this day, it's the best home run ever.
No, I like seeing Lasorda dancing with his gut.
Well, he wasn't jumping, he was running, but his hands were up like he was jumping.
Lasorda passed, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he's gone. Okay.
Yeah, he's up there with Tommy Jr. now.
Vapor.
Okay, let's do one more, right? And then we're gonna talk.
Oh man, I think I want to change guitars right here.
Go for it.
Go for it. Yeah, Tommy Lasorda, the wife, she used to serve him at Disneyland and said he was hard to handle.
Really?
He was very, very picky about what he wanted and what he was going to get, and if things were going to be for free.
Oh man, demanding, huh?
He's Italian. I want to remind you.
Hey.
I need more gravy.
Forget about it.
Yeah, but when you're at that level,
Tommy, your
can't-
bill is $800 for those 3 bottles of wine. Forget about it.
Forget about. He breaks the bottle over the guy's head. I love that part. You over here embarrassing me in front of my friends.
Chris, me. You know how much money we spend in here, you mutt?
Did you like Scorsese movies? My kid and I really dig them. Yeah.
Yeah. Goodfellas was a good flick.
Great flick.
It's pretty harsh. Kind of
Very true from what I hear.
Very true. Yeah, those were based off real people.
Yeah.
Very dark.
Yeah.
But there's a point in the movie where you just wish a building would fall on everybody. they're so just morally corrupt.
I like how Scorsese kept making movies with Joe Pesci, so he had somebody tall, or he was taller than somebody in the movie.
The amazing part about that movie is how much it shows you in that line of living. No one's your friend. I mean, everyone is your enemy.
They turn on each other, man.
Yeah, at the end, there is nobody has nobody as a friend. It's just,
Yeah, they're just
crazy.
animalistic.
Yeah.
Hey, I just want to say that Love on the Street is not about breaking up with a chick.
Well, can you explain to us what it is then, and hurry up?
And neither is Chick
I
Magnet.
think you explained that before too.
No, because you guys accused me last week.
No, those two are not love
No, but you were
lost.
throwing mud at me last week.
We throw mud at you every day.
Those two songs are not love lost.
Which ones?
Engelbert,
Which songs?
Love on the Street, and Chick Magnet.
That's what I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, those aren't love lost.
Right. No, but the rest of them are. And that's what you guys were saying. I just want to make sure you remembered that there was some.
I just wonder why Monty has, except for the calling, Monty has a message. Doug has a message to women. That was my only thing.
Well,
Why,
and I'm
why
waiting-
is the writing style like that?
I'm waiting for a big interview when they ask us, what was behind that song?
Well, the calling is more like a Monty song, as far as vocally or lyric goes. I don't look at me like that. You know what I mean.
Yep.
Hey, you changed guitars.
Yes, sir. I wanted something heavier for the Green Man Alicia.
Are you in tune? Well, we're not Green Man Alicia yet, are we? That was a calling.
That's next.
It's right after this. Yeah.
Are we playing 3 in a row?
be set free. Her voice is calling. What's your reply? Accept and listen. You'll never die. You'll never die. You'll never die.
I like that ring. Hear that ring?
Yeah.
Hear that ring?
It's a ride, right?
No, it's
Is it?
hi-hat, right? It's all of them. I love that at the end of, there's some
Cool.
recordings like 70s, you had the coconuts going, right? And you can hear that when the song ends. That, I love that.
One of my
They didn't
favorite,
take it out. They didn't take
One
it
of my
out.
favorite music videos was Rainbow. Might have been Since You've Been Gone, but at the end of it, Cozy hits the cymbal, and it just, you see him in behind it as the cymbal's moving up and down, and it's still shaking. Great
beauty.
shot. Rest in peace.
Good drummer, by the way. Cozy.
Blackmore probably declined that originally. He said, "I don't like that shot." Because he's showing
It wasn't him.
It wasn't him. It's showing Cozy.
Oh boy.
You need to show more of me.
That guy sure did get, for as much as a wee-wee he was, good musicians in that band and quality
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
stuff, you know.
Well, Blackmore's talented. He's a talented musician. The guy's a great guitarist, but just heard he had all kinds of.
And Glenn Hughes and those guys followed him around, right? I mean, even after Deep Purple, right? Didn't, what's his name, follow him around too? Keyboard boy?
John Lord?
Yeah, wasn't Lord
No,
in?
he went on to Don Airy, whoever it was, and because he did the Dio Rainbow stuff. With,
Oh, I thought he was in Rainbow. I apologize.
who?
Um,
Cozy?
Lord. Mr.
Oh,
Lord.
Lord, no.
Lord Bull.
Lord, no.
No. Do you know where Hughes came from before Purple?
Because he was still in Deep Purple because they were going on and Richie started the Rainbow thing.
Oh, okay. I thought I saw a story where they were just hanging on with Richie, but I could be wrong on that.
Where Hughes was before,
Do you know where he was before?
I heard it, but I don't remember now.
It was some English like off band that didn't get
Yeah.
too big or something like that, like the Wayne's Coatmen or something. You know,
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't remember the name of it.
the Herdsmen or something like that.
No, easy, Peter Frampton.
You guys want to talk or rock one out?
They stole that and that thing you do too. He wanted to.
Well, we'll
Jimmy,
talk a little
Jimmy
bit.
wanted to start the Herdsmen.
Oh.
Well, we could do Green. Let's finish with Green. Let's finish strong.
We're at 7:45, so we'll talk for 15, right?
You don't want to do Green?
Yeah, let's do Green.
Okay.
We're going to do it at the end, or we're going to do it now?
Good.
We're gonna do
now,
it
you
the
guys.
Peter Green.
When we play live, not because I sing it, I just think it's a good song for us to play. Is Rock
it's a-
Bottom.
Okay.
Now, do you guys want to do that? I just think that kind of like when people hear us do that, they're like, "What the heck's wrong with these guys?" But we don't have to. I'm just putting it out there.
For when?
The 9th or the 6th.
The
or
only thing
9th?
with Rock Bottom, you got to knock out 3 songs.
Well, no.
True, I forgot.
Black Knight and Green would probably do it, but I mean that's 2 solid songs.
No, I don't. Yeah, no, and I hear you, Punk, but
That's okay. No. I'm just asking. We don't
it's
have
like,
to
it's
do
like
it.
what do you leave out?
I
man,
think
for
it's
Rock
I
Bizzle?
think this list is very quality, but I always like to do that. People are like, "Wow!" Even where Rock Bottom, we did it at that Lowrider show. People were blown away. Even the Lowrider guys were coming up and going, "Oh, that was cool."
We did it when I had laryngitis.
We didn't even do any war, and we could.
Yeah.
Wasn't that their song?
Or
everybody listened to?
Eric Burden and the Animals.
Bop, 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 bop. He used like a little recorder to do that. You know, one of those little keyboard blow things.
yeah.
We didn't do any War or Parliament.
Parliament's great. Bootsy Collins, right? Was he in that
Bootsy
band?
baby.
Was that the guy with the
We
stars?
need the funk.
I think I remember when we first got together, we were gonna do "It's Your Thing."
No, that's a la carte.
A la carte's gig.
Was it a la carte doing that? Okay,
But
okay.
but it was an Isley Brothers tune.
Yeah.
It's your thing. Did they do that? Yeah. Did they do it? Yeah.
That was their signature.
So that was their rock bottom.
Yeah.
I guess it was.
Do we have a rock bottom?
Yeah. No.
I always
Doug
ask,
was
and then I
almost there.
start.
Day goes to sleep and the full moon goes. And the night is so black that the darkness comes. What?
Not you.
I'm sneaking around, making me do things I don't want to.
quality.
Holds the note for me.
Yeah. They still do that song, man.
Thank you,
To
Peter
this day.
Green.
You know, the problem is with these bands now. Oh, man. People are going to hate me. I'm always complaining about rock and
Go
roll
on with
bands.
it. Go on with the punk.
Well, no. I just... I don't know. I just... something about new drummers and new guitarists in a band that's an older band just doesn't do it for me, because they're overplaying what the original drummer did. Now, I don't know if that's the fault of the player or the fault of the band not saying, hey, you know what, can you tone it down just a little bit? I know you've got your own style of playing, but we're paying you to freaking try to be like this cat, you know? And so...
Well, you think they're trying to make their mark, too? You know, they're a musician and they want to...
I think so, but they just ruined the songs and I feel kind of like that's how Deep Purple is now with those two cats, even though they've been in the band for 30 years. Every song's a solo in it, those two guys, the guitar player and the keyboardist dudes.
Right.
And they're not the original guys.
And they're not the original guys.
That's the part that irritates me.
Right. And I just feel like even with... they got Mickey D, the Scorpions did, and he just overplays, period. That's his gig. Even in Motorhead, very simple 3-piece rock and roll blues band. In fact, every song was the same song, for the most part, but he would make it like this whatever. Yeah.
Double bass.
Everything was going nuts, and I get it. But now the Scorpions put him in the band. Now the Scorpions got... the simple Zoo song is now turned into a drum solo. You know what I'm trying to say, right? Now it's turned into the Mickey D show. Now he's got to have the camera on him, and he does a 20-minute drum solo, and oh man! But
good heck.
Yeah, and that's the same with Judas Priest. They've got a lot of new players because everyone's left. Or what's his name has brain problems.
Ian
Hill. Bass player?
No, not Ian Hill.
Glenn Tipton?
Tipton. Is that it?
Oh, really? He has...
Yeah, he has like, the same thing
like
that
a
the
brain tumor?
AC/DC brother had, that he passed dementia.
Oh, he's really suffering from dementia?
Yeah, he was on a show, and he just, it was sad to see him, but they only have him come out for a couple songs. But anyways, my point is that they've got these new young guns in there, and it just, to me, just doesn't fit. Now... the younger people in the audience that just learned Judas Priest, they get it.
Yeah. Well, how about Rob says, "Hey,
my bad gripe.
Hey, I got a new band, and we're going to do a couple of Judas Priest songs, but here's our new stuff."
Right, and he had that band called Fight, and that band was that band. He should have just kept that band because that band was pretty hot. They were, a bunch of young guns in there, and that cat,
When he does stuff under Halford, just his name.
It's a great name.
Just
right.
The Halford band, and they do stuff.
Well,
he's still carrying the torch, that dude.
Yeah, and
waving the flag.
That's my only gripe about older stuff. I just feel like the band doesn't control it. The manager comes in and goes, "Listen, I know you're a young gun, and I know you want to be all that in a bucket of chicken, but I'd rather you be a bucket of chicken wings." You know what I mean? Just tone down a little bit and just make it better. Just every song is like you're so used to hearing a Scorpion song or Judas Priest song. Just the drummer and everybody was back here, just kicking it. Now these guys are, everything's a tom riff and
there's playing it straight. And Doug and I were talking about that earlier. I don't know where Punk was. I think it was out front about Billy Sheehan. Mr. Big and Winery Dogs.
Yeah.
The dude's above the 8th fret. It's like, hey.
Every song.
Hey, Billy, when you get done with Eruption, this is the drummer talking. I got a pocket here. I'd like you to join me in it. The guy's a phenomenal bass player, but he's way up here playing lead and I guess that's cool, but there's the song and there's the pocket.
Yeah.
And that the grounding rhythm that he needs to stay in to keep that song together.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we're not a jazz band. I'm just going to say that right here.
Well, I get, those guys, those cats are great at like NAMM. You go to NAMM and you hear it all over the place. Okay. You're trying to sell products, so get Sheehan in here to do a bass solo on the bass you're trying to sell. Okay, I get that. But don't do it in a song. And like every song, don't do it. That's just my feeling.
Dude, he would go crazy in just a straight heavy metal band. Like a Judas Priest, I don't think he'd be able to do it because Ian Hill just thumped notes.
Yeah.
He didn't really play. He just kind of thumped the rhythm.
Yeah.
So I think he'd be bored in a band like that.
It's just my only
That's
gripe,
the kind
and it happens with the bands that we do sound for or did sound for, whatever. Everybody in the band is trying to be out there in the open, and I get either the drummer's hitting his cymbals too hard, whatever it may be. Okay, we get it. You know how to drum. I'm good with it. Okay, right on.
You could do those
Your
triplets.
Guitar player, the tapping thing. Okay, we get it. You know how to tap. Just play music. Let us hear your music. Not everybody's got to do a drum solo and a guitar solo, and that was kind of my deal with at the time was Rush and Yes and ELP, and I think we've talked about that before. Even though they're great players, and I love Carl Palmer as a drummer, great drummer. Yeah. Even as a jazz drummer, he was still a rock drummer. He had a good feel to him.
I think it might have started with Iron Butterfly. I could be wrong.
And it got a Davida.
Yeah, but there was a drum solo in the studio album. Maybe people just.
I've never heard it. Was it decent? For as drum solos go.
No, well, I don't know.
Where was it on the Gene Krupa Buddy Rich scale?
It was beyond.
Did he go on forever?
Well, the song is 17 and a half minutes long, and probably 10.
No.
It's long.
Oh, man.
It's a long
period. Go ahead, dude. Go. We're going to go to lunch.
But I used to want to play the drums just for that. Forget Wipeout.
You wanted to do the drum solo?
And I do it on the hood of the car.
Yeah.
Well, there's drummers, Punk, that are technical drummers but can play straight, and they mix the both really well.
Yeah.
A guy I like is Mike Portnoy, technical guy, but he has a knack of holding it down.
Yeah.
He does fills and stuff, but he doesn't go over the top about it.
Right. And there's a lot of those drummers you see, and you're like, wow, that guy's just holding the pocket. Hey, I love that stuff.
Tommy Aldridge.
Great.
Great
Doug. Point on Aldridge. I mean, great. And those drummers, those guys, they just know where the song's supposed to be at. They're not going to, when their time comes, they go and do whatever they need to do. But the whole song, even though you come into a band that's had, this guy just held the pocket through the song, and then you're all of a sudden going nuts. That's what drives me crazy.
Ringo.
I always wonder.
No, I'm saying Ringo held it down.
Ringo held it down, but then you get somebody else in the band, and they're throwing Ringo under the bus.
Guys always wonder after the gig if there's words. Like the lead singer or the lead guitarist goes, dude, what was that?
Right.
Like the guy he's feeling it that night. He just starts going off during the song, and they go, dude, don't do that again. And he goes, shut up.
Yeah.
And they go, you shut up.
There's a viral
shut up.
A viral drummer that shouldn't be in the band that he was in. I can't remember what it was called for sure. You can look it up on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's what everybody says now. But the guy's playing like, I don't know if it was like in church or in a kid's band or whatever, but he's playing along, and the next thing you know, he's going nuts, and the arms are flying, and he's just really using every inch of that drum kit.
Right, wrong drummer, wrong band, kind of thing.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
But those are great.
But there are guys out there that play like that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, great play. I'm not putting anybody down. Anybody's better than I am as far as drumming goes.
No, they're not.
But there comes a place when you need to just say, hey, you know what? I'm going to sit back, because even the drummer they had, that Slade guy. Remember, we played with him that night at the AC/DC tribute band. Then he went to AC/DC the next night.
Right.
Yeah, the shaved head guy, right?
Shaved head Slade. He took over for the dude that was having a little bit of issues with alcohol and drugs in the band. AC/DC, the original drummer. He's back now.
Okay.
But he even overplayed on AC/DC songs, and it's just like, you can't.
AC/DC just pocket, man.
That cat's pocket. He puts Zach and I went.
We don't need fills.
Yeah, we were sitting right. We could see the guy, and he's just puts a cigarette in.
Yeah. and that's how he times the song. When that cigarette's gone, the song's over.
He must have went through 8 packs
gotta light
that
another
night.
one. Yeah,
light another one after another. But that's when you know that guy, and it just keeps that rhythm. You feel it, instead of this guy doing the Tom rolls and the hits and all that. Anyways, I know too long on the subject, but that's my gripe about the new bands. I want to go to see the Scorpions, and I want to hear the Zoo as the Zoo is played. And we come all the way back to at the beginning of this conversation when I saw Counting Crows or whoever it was at the Greek Theater, and they were doing something different. It was like, okay, you know, I paid good money to come and see whatever you guys put on that album. I don't want to see you guys do a reggae version of Right Now or
Of
whatever. Anything.
Polka version. Yeah.
Whatever it is, you know what I mean? But that's, you know, that's just music in general. You're up to your own gig. But I think professional, when you're in a professional band, big band like that, and people are paying over $100 now to get a nosebleed seat. I don't think you're even getting $100. You're not getting the front rowers anymore, right?
No,
it's like 1,000 plus.
Yeah, no way.
Yeah, you need to say, you know what, we need to play what we did on the album, dude. You know, and if we got a new musician in the band, we need to have a talk with him and say, dude, play the pocket.
By contrast, overplaying to underplaying, there's videos of guitar fails that are awesome. There was one I love. They're playing Comfortably Numb. It's like at like an outdoor picnic or, you know, some gathering, and they're playing the song fine, okay. They must have just picked this dude up, and the guy said, "I can do it. I know all Pink Floyd's. I rule on Pink Floyd." Well, they go into the lead part. The dude's nowhere near it.
Oh no!
And the lead singer's kind of going. He's looking into the horizon like, I know this song will end, and I get to go to Jersey Mike's with my girlfriend and get a
Jersey
a
Mike's.
sub get up
And get the Bruce Springsteen there.
but the dude is nowhere near, and
Oh
they
my
just keep
gosh.
playing, and they kind of stiffen up.
That's where anybody that knows the tune of the solo should step up to the mic and go, tear, 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 tear.
Just sing it.
Yeah.
Just sing it.
Or
Oh,
let me
my
put
God.
this one to you: not play it at all. How's that? Just say it.
Just go shrug and go and just keep playing
Just-
rhythm.
Yeah, just play
Yeah.
rhythm through it.
I don't know it.
Oh my gosh, that's
Those
funny.
are hilarious.
Yeah, you know, but it just you think at a certain point, you know, music is just gonna, it's gotta, where it's gonna go right now. It's so
Where's it
weird.
going?
Yeah, I don't know if you watch the Grammys, but don't watch the Grammys. Whatever you do.
No, I refuse.
Beyonce's 9-year-old kid won a Grammy, and when you see that as a musician, it drives a spike in you that you don't even know. I mean, she's not writing her own music. She's not doing anything, and that doesn't say. I'm not trying to put a 9-year-old down that made an album that was, you know, sold 1 million, whatever it is. I'll never be there. Really?
All of those celebrity,
really?
all those celebrity pat themselves on each other's back shows are ridiculous.
No,
Right.
no
It's just
thanks.
like, I've got an ego and you need to puff it up for me.
Yeah, I mean, you watch those award shows back in the 70s and 80s, and awards were given to the guys that actually wrote the music, played the music,
Yeah.
and now it just goes to, you know, a guy that they found at 7-Eleven that was good looking, and they wrote music for him, and they gave him a Grammy.
They create them.
Ouch.
They create them.
Well, they
Yeah.
did that with the Minkies.
Yeah. It was it's fabricated.
yeah.
It's fabricated. The best dudes, the musicians, they're in the background, man. They're in the studios.
Yeah.
They're in the small clubs. You ain't gonna see those guys.
Yet the Monkees, after they got together and got playing, the guys that didn't play learned instruments, and they went on the road and they could play the stuff. So,
Yeah.
props.
Yeah, now the Monkees,
Minkies.
Nesmith and who's left?
Torque. Well, Torque's gone.
Torque's
Dolan's,
gone. Dolan's and Nesmith, right?
Yeah.
And they still play live.
They've got we're not going to do this much longer tour right now.
Right now, Dolan's, he was an actual musician, right? He played drums, sang. He could do the whole gig.
Could he drum? Doug?
He learned.
He learned how
He
to
learned
He
it.
did learn.
Yeah, he was a
Okay.
child actor that learned how to act playing the drums.
Mick Dolan's.
But those guys had the Wrecking Crew do their stuff, right? That was all those guys.
So Wrecking
back
Crew
then.
did all that stuff.
They never played live in the studio.
Boyce and
but-
Hart did the vocals, wrote the songs, and then originally sang the tune. And until those guys came along and
Right,
took over the vocals,
right.
but they wanted to do their own stuff, and were capable of it. But Kirshner was the hit guy. He was the one that knows the hit when
Sure.
he hears it, and
Yeah.
you know, like Nesmith was kind of playing some country folk kind of stuff,
Right.
and it was not fitting the Monkees. You know, it was like, hey, we can do this, yeah, but you're not doing it like the Monkees. You're doing it like Mike, you know, and Peter. And, you know, they were capable musicians, but
And who was the English cat that was in that band?
Davey.
Davey. He was just a singer, right?
Davy
He-
Jones.
Well, he
Davy
was.
Jones.
He did like Oliver and some other stuff. Stage
Yeah,
stuff.
from
Actor. Yeah.
his
Yeah.
childhood. Yeah, he was an actor.
Yeah. So him and Dolan's were both kids. They grew up in the industry.
Well, that was a time when they had the Partridge Family and Brady Bunch was doing
Yeah,
music.
those
and
came
those
after the
cats.
Monkees. Yeah.
All those guys were trying out there. I don't think they were winning Grammys though. But nowadays, if that band was here, they'd probably win Grammys, even though they didn't write a lick.
I think.
Well,
anything.
the shame of it is you get a Grammy mostly because of how many records you sold, not that it was any good.
Right.
You know, critically.
Yeah, I remember.
Or whether or not you were that great.
Yeah.
Period. Yeah.
Who remembers the DeFrancos and their hit
What song was that?
"Heartbeat"? Remember that song?
Heartbeat. It's a beat. Yeah, I gotcha.
The DeFranco family,
Yeah, I think that.
huge hit.
Not on my radar. Sorry.
Yeah, and I'm not sure those awards have any value, anyways. You know, they really don't, unless it just says, "Oh, I have a Grammy." You know?
No, the last time when Jethro Tull won for best metal band,
That was it.
I think that's when it was probably over.
Right on. Well,
it was time to turn the lights off.
we're time to turn the lights off now. It's 8:09. Well, folks, thank you again for showing up.
Nine.
Yeah, I know
wait. 809.
809.
9th. The 9th. June 9th.
June 9th. We already said we gave you guys the option. If you guys comment below.
It's a Wednesday, so we're gonna not do a podcast, but we're gonna do a live cast at Gallagher's down in HB, Huntington Beach, for those of you that are in Rio Linda.
Off of Main Street and 3rd, and it's just right against the wall there on 3rd. You can't miss it. Great place to go. They used to own Diego's in Santa Ana, but it's now not there anymore.
Is Santa Ana?
Santa Ana.
Is that down by the beach?
Santana.
Santana. Sorry, I said it wrong. Santana.
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 Yeah.
So remember, if you guys want to come for free, come see us live.
Well,
June
as far as I know, it's free.
Oh, okay. Well, if you want to be on a guest list of any sort, or if you want to come for a free T-shirt,
that's right. Email us.
Just comment down below that you want to go June 9th.
All right.
And we'll have a free T-shirt. Put your T-shirt size down and all that. We didn't get a hit from last time, so we'll see if it goes this time.
Yeah.
So if you want to come, put your shirt. Okay, so we are on Reverb Nation at Soul Shaker Music, and if you want to listen to some originals we have on digital.
Can we put that one copy on that we did tonight? Is that ready to go on yet?
Oh, I haven't done that yet. Do you want to put that on
I'd
there?
like to put that on
okay,
there.
we'll put that on there and get copywritten stricken.
But if we don't, it means we don't mean squat.
If we get struck, then they're watching us.
They're watching us.
So Reverb Nation, Soul Shaker Music, go listen to some original stuff. It's free. If you want to download, it's free. Everything's free from Soul Shaker.
And sell some of it and give us half.
We have the Soul Shaker Garage here. If you guys want to come down and rehearse or record or whatever you want to do. We're now 16-track studio, by the way.
1/6, yes.
116 track.
Great deals down here.
We record like they did back in the old days, where it's a live recording. You come, you record, you get the heck out.
We're the wrecking dudes.
We are. So there you go. We're on Facebook and YouTube. And YouTube, you're on right now. So if you guys want to subscribe, just press subscribe and the little bell up above, and let us know that you guys love us, and give us a like. That's a thumbs up. If you don't like us, give us a thumbs down.
Please.
But that's okay too.
Yeah, thumbs up and thumbs down. We like both. Anyways,
just want to know you're breathing.
Thank you. Love you all.
We love you guys.
Love you two guys too.
Peace, brethren.
Yeah.
Love my brothers.
Monty, how long we been rocking together now?
Oh man, Mach 2, we've been 10 years in last month.
10 years, kids. With no fights yet, right? We haven't fought yet?
No, we keep the business side business side.
When can we start fighting?
Next week. Tune in at this time.
When we have Greco-Roman wrestling at our shows.
All right, kids. You know the game. Thank you. No oil wrestling.
No oil. Oh, that's going to be rough.
Well,
yes.
That'll
and the
be,
blockheads say
that would be abrasive.
Okay, kids. Adios.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Love
all
out.
That good stuff. Oh, look at that. Hey.
Do a Dougie.
Hey.
See,
Hey. The dude had